It's my first Sony smartphone in quite a while, and my first T-Mobile review unit in over a year. And just because we're not giving the full review treatment to the Sony Xperia Z1S doesn't mean we're not going to take a close look at some of its features. But first, let's unbox it. So here's the packaging of the Z1S, and I will tell you right up front, folks, that we are racing a winter storm to get this unboxing done. I have to take this phone out and take a lot of pictures before the snow comes in, because it's the sun. The sun is out outside, and I haven't seen it in ages, and I want to get some good pictures, so if this is a little rushed, forgive me. You'll notice this is the T-Mobile USA branded packaging. That is because T-Mobile is the carrier that brought this device to us. Sony had us on the list, but it was T-Mobile who was able to get it to us faster, so we thank them for that. Sony is the official partner of the FIFA World Cup in Brazil. If you didn't know that, I did not know that, but it's on the box in case you forgot. Let's pop it open, see what we've got in here. This is, of course, the device we saw at CES 2014. Had a little bit of a hands-on. The most notable aspect of this device possibly is that in contrast to the European version, the American T-Mobile variant has a plastic frame. That is a plastic skeleton, not a plastic exterior. There's still glass on the front and back. And we're told that was a request from T-Mobile to ameliorate some reception concerns. So that's information from Sony on the show floor. It seems pretty believable to us. There's some inserting the micro SIM card instructions. Exciting. First T-Mobile device I have had in the Boston area in probably a year to review. So I'm really excited to see how their coverage has panned out, has expanded. Here's the Sony wall charger, USB plug-in on the side there, and of course, USB cable. Not much exciting there. Handset recycling plan from T-Mobile, in case you want to recycle your old unit. Start guide. More literature than we are used to seeing on a device. Even more literature. A troubleshooting guide in another language, FCC statement showing specific absorption rates, and some barcodes. No headphones, no case, no fun. We pick on AT&T a lot for doing that, but really all the carriers just take all the accessories the manufacturer includes, and then there's it's just such a shame. We miss the glory days of unboxings. Hey, let's get this microphone down into position and see what we can do about ripping off this screen protector, which has callouts. So first, let's look at those. USB charging input over here, memory card, micro SIM. You can read them yourselves. Here's the big old power button on the right-hand side. Back home and multitasking, and a dedicated camera button. Sony calling this device the best camera on an underwater phone. This phone, of course, rated just like many of its siblings for immersion. Let's go ahead and peel that screen protector off. Smooth. And as we come around to the back, we've moved the mic back to the narration position, and I'll just call out the fact that Sony is telling you to charge this thing for at least 30 minutes after you take it out of the box, it seems. At least that's how I interpret that. It gives you some instructions for removing the flap, for putting in your SIM card and your micro SD. Wow, that is glossy stuff. Man, Sony can make some beautiful hardware, I'll tell you that. This is also the first Sony smartphone I've had in this lab in quite a while. That's a 20.7 megapixel lens around back. Around front is a triluminous display, and we're going to see if we can bring that to light by pressing and holding the power button, immediately disobeying Sony's instructions to put this on the charger for 30 minutes before using it, but we'll see how it goes. Other specs as we wait for the boot: 2 gigs of RAM, 32 gigs of storage, and expandable up to 64 gigs via micro SD. There's our T-Mobile splash screen calling out the 4G LTE compatibility in whatever markets T-Mobile has 4G LTE deployed. Battery life is quoted from the T-Mobile specs page as up to 15 hours of talk, up to 600 hours of standby, and this ships with Android 4.3 Jelly Bean. Please close the external connector covers to secure. Okay, so that's the first thing, the first warning it gives you. Close those covers if you want this thing to be waterproof. I'm trying to get a little focus on that. Yes, I think we are clear on that, and don't worry, we'll be testing that out. By the way, not sure I mentioned this in the lead-in, and not sure I will mention it in the host out, but this device we're not doing a full review on because we did a full review on the Z1. but we will be covering everything that's different. Not to worry, we'll cover what we need to cover, folks. So just giving you a heads up there. English United States, and there's our setup. So we're going to go ahead and set up this device, but that, for now, we're going to leave it be. Wow, that is just gorgeous. The heating vent is not gorgeous. That's reflected in it, but it's a very, very pretty device. This is the Sony Xperia Z1S for T-Mobile USA, courtesy of T-Mobile USA. You know where to find us on social media, folks. All the links are there in the description, and so is the like button. So click it if you did enjoy this unboxing, and stay tuned for much more on the Z1S and the Z1 Compact coming later this week. Thank you for watching. In the meantime, leave us a comment down below if you have some feedback, and most importantly, stick around. We'll see you very soon.